Hello, everybody. Welcome to Irongeek Cast number 100. Wow.
Woo!
Boom, boom, boom.
In review,
All right.
strangely enough. Sorry we didn't do it yesterday. I was dealing with Christmas Eve thing.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
But welcome to the 100th cast.
Sorry we didn't do it yesterday. I was
Oh shit! I gotta stop
dealing
this
with Christmas. Somebody's on a delay loop. Oh no!
I had up another screen to make sure it was going, and I'm a dumbass. And the reason we moved to this day because I thought Caprico couldn't make it yesterday. So, and Caprico's little ass is not because I said little ass. That's not nice.
Yeah, but it's accurate. If you want to speak physically.
It's not that big.
Does accurate Trump not nice?
I mean, generally speaking, his ass is large for his age. I mean, he's just a very tiny man for his height. I'm gonna shut up now. Charles, what do you got to say?
Woohoo! It is our 100th episode.
And
Charles is sideways.
It is. I'm sorry. It is Thankful Thursday. It is our 100th episode. I'm happy to be alive. Made it through the holidays. It is awesome.
Wait, we're not through the holidays yet. We still got New Year's Eve to go. But
This is true.
I make this the year in review episode because I know we're title for it, and the next time we have an episode, it will be the next year. So there's that.
Oh, so you're saying we're gonna have the next episode?
I don't plan on dying.
First of all, we're not going to put that negative energy out there.
Hey, the next episode, that's just a direct reference to Dre. Come on.
That's it. That's it.
Charles is Mr. Pollyanna. He's always.
That's right. That's right. I am Mr. Pollyanna. Anybody who follows me on Twitter, you will get the Pollyanna experience of your life. Because, again...
Wait, does that mean I get to see you in a gingham dress?
Ooh.
What?
If you're going to give the full Pollyanna experience, I want to see you in a gingham dress.
Nope, I don't do dresses, sir.
What is
There
this?
you go. It's not going to be the full Pollyanna experience then. Sorry.
I have the Pollyanna attitude. That's it. That's all you get. You won't get me in a dress.
You're just Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, you won't get me. You won't get me in a dress. Sorry, I don't do that.
Gingham dress.
What's that?
He sounded like he said gingham dress.
No, I said you won't get me in a dress.
Nope,
sorry.
No, I don't plan on getting you a dress either, man. I love you, Charles, but I don't want to see you cross-dressing.
I love you too, brother. No, you won't see that.
AP, he said the word gingham dress, and I'm trying to see what a gingham dress is.
I don't know what that is.
I say gingham, and that's because, I'm old, You used to have this thing before polyester, okay?
Okay.
Yes, Gangnam style.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Look, why don't y'all just need some Laura Ingalls Wilder, okay? That's what y'all need.
Always.
But no, but yeah, I'm keeping the beard. I'm having the bearded look. The beard is coming in a little bit better.
Hey, I like the beard.
Thank you.
I had a beard going for a bit, but I cut it like a week ago.
You need to come back to it. Come on back.
Eventually, it will grow back. At 44, I can grow a decent Viking beard at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to see you go full Viking. I want to see that.
You want to see me go full Viking?
I want to see you go full Viking. I want to see the hatchet and the sword, the shield maiden, everything. Just bring it on.
Just don't forget the beard oil.
The beard oil?
So the tears of your enemies.
You don't mock beard oil, but when I had my beard at its fullest, the beard oil helped a lot.
Beard oil is essential if you want something long and strong and forever.
Oh wait, my favorite Jewish reptilian is in the cast also. What's up?
Is that Liz?
Liz is here.
Hey.
What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well.
Are you enjoying your pie?
I am.
Sounds extra happy about that pie.
You get any good Chinese food recently?
Yeah.
I converted it to a retro pie, and I've been fun playing a lot of games.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Oh, if you need any ROMs, I have plenty of ROMs too.
Oh, awesome. I'll hit you up with that.
Yeah.
I definitely have some holes in my ROM collection I've discovered recently.
I spent so much of my youth just playing constant SNES ROMs.
I love it. I got MAMEs as well. I got MAME ROMs as well too.
My goal was to play every RPG I could. I ran out of English ones.
Okay, well I have Japanese one. I have English, all MAMEs, every arcade game out that ever came out.
Hey, the thing that bugs me about MAME is that every now and then they release a new version of MAME and they end up cutting out certain ROMs. They don't support certain ROMs anymore.
No, RetroPie has been very good about that. RetroPie had issues with the Illumination Station.
Right.
The emulation station, excuse me.
The thing that I've been using the straight MAME 32, and I've noticed that over time they drop support for certain ROMs. So you got to have like 2 or 3 versions of MAME 32 if you want all your ROMs to work.
Yeah. As you can see, my Mega Man T-shirt, running and gunning since '87.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. But yeah, just like I said, that's what I was saying before. Yeah, super excited. Tonight, we have a giveaway of open source intelligence techniques book.
Great book.
5th edition!
Highly recommend it. It's a great book.
Send that out via Twitter also because I don't know how many people are going to be watching this live, so make sure.
Well, whoever's on, we'll see. And cast members can play too.
Emotech over on YouTube said, "Isn't Lutris good for managing emulators?" I don't know. You guys know.
I've heard pretty good things about it. I personally myself haven't tried it, but I have a couple of buddies who have, and they said it's been pretty decent experience. So
cool.
ZSNES for me. ZSNES.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Hey, I did want to come back to one thing Adrian said real quick to Liz about the Chinese food. Did Liz obviously knows this. Did everybody else other than me on Earth know this? That Jewish people on Christmas
Chinese food.
Like to get Chinese food?
Hell yeah.
It is the holy tradition of Christmas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that is New York City right there.
I'm like, it's what's open, man.
Yeah.
Stereotype everybody knew.
They're usually Buddhists, so they don't celebrate Christmas, and they give food that Jews want to eat. So hey,
yeah.
Also, the food is I remember asking a former he was a boss of mine. He was half Jewish.
Yeah.
He said, I asked him about, so they eat Chinese because it's kosher, and I was like, well, they don't eat Chinese because it's kosher. It's because they can lie to themselves that it's kosher because they're not sure what it is.
Exactly. I mean, cat could be kosher.
I honestly don't know the kosher status. All I know is there's
just no shrimp in the egg rolls, or else they go nuts.
Oh yeah. Any shellfish, including shrimp, is not kosher.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't keep kosher, but yeah.
It really depends on where you are, because in some places kosher means you got to go through all this ridiculous. Well, not ridiculous. You got to go through a huge validation process. And in some places, being kosher means flipping the rabbi $50, and he signs a piece of paper and you're kosher. So it really depends. In New York City, there are some serious ass kosher delis, and like out here in Vegas, they really aren't. They're not that serious. They just say, yeah, we're a kosher deli and shit. Yeah, yo,
kosher brand.
Now you want to see something fun though along those lines. If you're ever in New York City, go check out B&H Electronics.
Oh, they actually have. Yeah, they do have storefronts, don't they?
Yeah, B&H has a storefront, and they're like the biggest electronics distributor. They're the ones that sell studio cameras to NBC.
Yeah,
but the price is 110% Hasidic.
Yeah, they closed their online storefront on Shomer Shabbos.
Yes, they do.
Because I know that because I bought from them before, so I was like, oh shit.
Well, inside of the office too, they also have the little prayer scroll at every door that you have to touch before you walk through the door. It kind of gives you a little feeling like you're back in the 80s, like in Jason the Star Command, where they had to wave their hands in front of the door before it would open. But it's like a little miniature prayer scroll, and 90% of the people there, 98% of the people there are Hasidic. They actually do hire some non-Jewish people to work on the holy days and such in their operations center.
Well, if anybody ever asks me the JQ, my answer is the women of the IDF are very beautiful.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
But now,
leave it at that.
The other statement I will make is there's the Torah and there's the Talmud. And there is a... tell me, Liz, if this is anti-Semitic, but I don't think it is. There is I think it's the Torah is the Bible itself. The Talmud is all the collection of various rabbinical views on what it means. And I can understand why so many Jewish people end up becoming lawyers, because there is so much work on what exactly did God mean by this. And so many people's works on this is what I mean by it. And
have you ever seen a Jewish real estate war in New York?
No.
I've seen some crazy shit. I've seen people throw pig blood on a building to prevent a sale.
No, he's not lying. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it gets downright quick. I mean, I'm not Jewish myself. I mean, I thought Tupac Shakur was a Jewish holiday. That's how much I know about it. Okay.
You know what? You're grounded. Mute him.
To answer Adrian's question,
mute him right now.
It's Tupac Shakur. Thank you.
That's probably less anti-Semitic sounding than the truth. At least for me, it was. At least my family is just. My mother is extremely stereotypically Jewish, so she spoke to me a lot. But she was taught in Israel, and bottom line, you're going to be a lawyer. You're going to become an engineer. It's just certain career paths, high-paying career paths, are the kind that your parents did instill in you is the way forward. So if you're going to be a lawyer or an engineer or in finance, wonderful, great. If you're an artist, no, please don't. Oh, God, no.
Well, I know some photographers, professional photographers that have gone down that path. One of the best professional photographers I know, actually works for B&H.
Okay.
So to fund their photography?
No, he's a professional photographer, but he's also a DBA. When nobody's looking.
Yeah, like I said, to fund his photography, is I'm assuming it's not a profitable business.
Oh, it's profitable as hell. The guy's name is David Brommer. He's ridiculously famous as a photographer.
I'm not big into the world of photography, so the name really doesn't mean anything to me. I'll just take your word for that.
I'll tell you one thing he's ultimately famous for. He's the only person on this planet who's ever taken a good picture of me.
So that's priceless. Literally, you couldn't put a price on it.
You couldn't. I mean, every picture of me in existence, I look like a bag of dog shit. And this one picture he took of me, I was like, whoa, that's amazing.
That's not a bag of dog shit.
Well, we're talking about people looking like dog shit. Let's look at the show notes and what.
Real quick, Charles did have one question.
What's up, Charles?
I just had a question about like you said, Liz. Like, so in the Jewish community, do they pick for you who they would like for you to marry? Or...
So, from what I've heard about, not me personally, but from what I've heard, there is a practice of if you are rich and you go on the Birthright Israel trip, which, for those of you listening who don't know, if you're Jewish and like 26 or younger, you can get a free trip to Israel. That's called the Birthright Israel trip.
I'm only 5% Jewish.
Apparently, if you're rich and you go to Israel that way, they try to hook you up with someone in Israel to keep you and your money there.
Okay.
I was not. I must.
I love Jewish women, and I'm not high enough. And Israel looks okay, and I'm only 0.
I do.
And it's on my dad's side. I'm fucked, but I like it.
You could always convert to Judaism if you really wanted to, but there's plenty of Jewish women out there who probably don't strictly go for Jewish guys. It's a little bit different the other way around.
Have you ever seen a mitzvah tank?
It's okay. You got to bleed just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Have you ever seen a mitzvah tank?
Wait, do I have to get circumcised?
No,
Yes.
you just got to bleed a little bit.
Well, my understanding is there has to be a little bit of blood. That is what I was told.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm 44. I don't know if I want anybody cutting my dick.
They don't actually cut the dick. They take that little piece of skin around it. It's not the actual.
Yeah, it's not the dick. It's the foreskin.
That's actually a really vicious stereotype. They say that Jewish women want their husbands circumcised because they want 10% off everything. But that's just a stereotype. They don't actually cut it off.
If you can if they can find me a Gal Gadot lookalike, I'm willing to go through it.
Have you ever witnessed a mitzvah tank?
Never heard of a mitzvah tank. No.
Okay, they're these giant ass RVs that the Hasidim drive around, and they try to recruit people. They try to find the quote unquote lost Jews, like people who are Jewish and they don't know it. They're Jewish by birth and they don't know it. And they're these giant RVs that they drive around Manhattan and Connecticut, and they sit there and they just preach on the corners, and they'll take you inside and they'll run your name through a computer and they'll show you, this is, yes, you're Jewish. Welcome back to the fold. It's an amazing thing to see. It's almost like a recruiting show.
That's strange, but
yeah,
because Jewish is a religion, it's not an ethnicity.
Because the Jews generally don't what's the term, proselytize.
The ethnicity part is basically they say that you have to be Judaism on your mother's side.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so that I don't know about if that falls under being ethnic or not, but
I guess if they can trace back to specific ancestors and trace back to your family tree there, then they might be able to make that claim.
My Judaism is on my dad's side, so I don't.
Yeah, unfortunately, the state of Israel would not consider you Jewish, nor would rabbis in that regard.
Hey,
I'm working on getting the state of Ireland to recognize me being Irish.
I still have more.
It's real fun.
AP, quiet for a second. I still have a claim to be Jewish than Elizabeth Warren has to be Native American. Cherokee, yeah. According to genetic testing, 0.5% Jewish on my dad's side. That's still more Jewish than Elizabeth Warren is Native American.
Yep. Yeah, Fox News misinterpreted the genetic results. And an article came back, Washington Post even apologized for quoting Fox News for that, saying they should probably get a geneticist to interpret genetic results in the future.
But with
Fox News sources said at best she was 1/64th American.
What Washington Post said was after they had a geneticist look at the data was it's consistent with the possibility of having had a Native American ancestor. But could very well, like you said, could be 1/64th. It doesn't say how far back the ancestor was. It's just the data was consistent with the possibility.
Yeah, but she was also very specific that she was part Cherokee. And if you are part Cherokee or any at all Cherokee, it's very easy to know whether you are or aren't due to that early 1900s thing where all the families of the Cherokee Nation were listed out. And if your ancestor's on the list, you're Cherokee. If not, you're not. It's easy.
You're still going to be for Passover next year, right, Liz?
Well, it's at my uncle's place, so that may be a little awkward.
Are there Jewish women there?
All of them are married.
Shit.
Yeah, they are.
And I am a tradcon, so I'm a bit of a tradcon, so yeah, that is a problem for me.
I don't know what women are going to be there, but yeah, they're all married.
There's probably Passover services at local synagogues.
That last one.
All right, but beyond my fixation on beautiful Jewish women,
Okay.
let's go back to the show notes.
Yeah, it's been a while for us bullshitting around.
Okay.
On some of this because I don't know if I announced it well enough, and I thought Israel was going to join us, but apparently he's not.
Israel's here. Caprico's not. Caprico currently has
Israel Caprico. It's hard to tell the difference between.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old and he's like 5.
Other than the
really similar
gap. Anyway, Israel, kick it off.
Yes. So quick update on Cappy. He is currently experiencing a power outage, so that's why he is not here.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And I told him to go out to his car, but apparently he didn't like that idea to just sit there in the cold all the time.
Well, what a pussy.
Yeah, what a wuss. So we will go ahead and hit the breach report. And I did keep this short and sweet. We have quite a bit on the lineup for tonight for discussion points. So I only have 2 things on here. First up, we have Bevmo, which is a alcohol distributor based out of California, but they also distribute to other states, one being Washington, D.C., and other states, but they got popped. So the breach occurred between August 2nd and September 26th. Oh, and this is our old friend, MageCart. Malicious code injection through JavaScript as usual. It has, at least that they know of, impacted 14,579 customers. And they did put on here, which I found to be interesting. So I'll quote this. Service provider NCR, which is National Cash Register, is continuing to review and enhance security controls and continuing to monitor its systems to further detect and prevent unauthorized access. NCR is massive. I mean,
it's huge.
They are huge, and I wish they would have expounded on this just a little bit. Now,
you think they dare to?
Oh, hell no! Like, is NCR actually using the MageCart, platform within their offerings? Like, that's what I want to know now.
It would stand to reason.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like and sounding like. And if they are, like, are they looking to move away, or are they? Because I'm sure they would be one of their by far the largest customers, and the largest customers can be very influential upon the business.
NCR is huge, and I think that if any product failed like that, they would throw it out the window before they finish saying the name of it.
Yeah, I would expect so.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I mean, there wasn't too much more. It's just another one. They injected JavaScript, and guess what? They got the credit card numbers, and
they got the credit card numbers, but I thought those weren't supposed to be held. Those are supposed to be like data in transit.
They're not, but they're actually they're man in the middle in it. I mean, they are getting that data while it is in transit, so they get it. So while it's in transit before it actually gets to the actual back end where it gets encrypted and all that data is secured. Yeah, they take it right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So and this is.
They basically hit the one point in the PCI compliant model where it can't be scraped actually, which is in transit.
Yep.
I was having a big to-do about this on Twitter earlier this week about the whole PCI compliance business. And I had this guy actually take me to task over this. And I said, the compliance stuff, the PCI, it's all guidelines. It's a foundation that you build on.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't know what you're talking about. you don't know what you're talking about. You'll never be a CISO. Da, da, da. And I'm like, look, all I'm saying is that you can't just rely on governance and PCI to make you secure. It will not work. It's the foundation. It's the cornerstone of your policy.
Okay,
This guy starts going off about how he invented Rapid7, and I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's like, if you stick to those levels of compliance, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
AP, let me tell you, as someone who's actually read the PCI DSS manual, it absolutely is a set of guidelines. The guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So someone who's actually read the guidelines and who's actually told auditors, no, that's valid because we have mitigating circumstances. It's in section 13.2. And they're like, oh, shit, you're right, it is. You can tell him that someone who's actually read the manual says he's full of shit.
Yeah, well, trust me, this war is ongoing. This guy has been stepping on my dick for 2 days now, and it's just I just said outright. I said, compliance is not security. Period. End of story. It's a foundation you build your security program on, and you do anything else, you're going to get owned.
Yeah.
Is there anything less
than PCI?
Yeah.
No. I mean, it really is about, out of everything, PCI, I mean, SOX isn't too high because you can, at least with PCI, you have to put that firewall in. With SOX, if you accept the risk, you're fine. So SOX I would actually consider to be lower, but yeah, PCI is pretty close. HIPAA, at least HIPAA tries. I mean, it's a pain in the ass, but it tries. Just something I saw come up here. Apparently, CenturyLink, nationally, apparently is down since about 4 a.m. this morning.
They've had a backbone failure, which has completely hosed them and everyone below them. Colorado has been hit really hard.
Yeah,
303 is pretty much out of commission.
Yeah, so Idaho, New Mexico, and Minnesota are, and you say Colorado too.
Yeah, parts of Colorado are being, that's just with the CenturyLink, but I mean the backbone failure is got other people obviously getting hurt too.
Yeah, so just FYI. And that's funny. My previous employer, CenturyLink, was their backbone for all business.
And just remember, folks, 1-800-I-AM-DEAD still works.
Stop.
No, if you dial that number, you will get connected to special circuits. And you can say, hey, what's the status of circuit number ABC123? Because we are down. And they will tell you, if you can social engineer past them, they will tell you the status of the backbone and other neat little things.
Nice.
Say hey, people.
Hey.
What up?
There you go.
Yeah. He's shaking me like a British nanny.
No, she's doing a lot on her own too.
I'm surprised she's not up there playing with Daddy's beard. My boy, he loves to play with Grandpa's beard.
Nah,
she all over the place.
Speaking of breaches, I got an interesting email yesterday.
Yeah.
If any of you use Credit Karma, I get Credit Karma from through some connections. I got a notice from them that my info has shown up in 5 breaches. And they said, hey, click here to find out. And out of all 5 of the breaches, 4 of them were undisclosed. It's we don't have the information on this breach, but your information was in it.
So maybe it was just a straight dump, and they didn't attribute what the source was. Yeah.
It was just interesting to see my info out there. Supposedly, I've been hit by this.
Yeah.
Because nobody else, my credit card companies, bank, nobody else has said word one about it. And I don't do a lot of online stuff, and when I do it in such a way that if something is compromised, I know damn well what it was.
Yeah.
That's my new Charles. Every time I see Charles, I'm gonna call him Bataba.
No, I gotta Question two. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet. Speaking of like socks and everything else and breaches, and this is in a way, like with the shutdown. Did you see the thing I tweeted about NIST on what they posted on their website?
Yeah, which is funny that they're posting this component is not available due to lack of funding. Blah blah blah. Like really? So, last time I checked,
NIST. If you go to NIST.org.
Yeah, NIST.org.
NEST?
Yeah, NIST.
Oh, NIST. Okay, let's say.
Yeah.
You know what NEST is?
A nest like the thermostat.
No, as in Nuclear Emergency Search Team.
Oh, I was thinking one of those things that a bird sits in.
Oh yeah, that's how it's spelled. It's spelled NEST, but that's the guys that go after like stolen nukes and shit.
Ah.
I was like, oh, their funding got cut. Oh, fun.
So
NIST. Yeah.
Now I have a question. Where like and this is more so I know there's like I said, there's CDM, there's programs like NIST, there's FSMA. The reason I'm asking this question is I'm trying to be more, I guess, government savvy because, like I said, I don't have any military background. I don't have any, so yeah. So I don't have any military background. So certain topics you guys discuss, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm like deer in the headlights. And wow, like I'm learning something new. And yes, genius. But I'm just not afraid to admit it. That's all.
I know Jack has military background. Much of anybody else have military background besides Jack on the cast?
No, but the closest I think is Darren just working government side. But
right. And I'm trying to get better at and this is just like I said, just a personal thing for me. I'm just trying to get better at improving my knowledge when it comes to the government side. I could talk public sector stuff when it comes to security all day, but it's just certain things with the government is just different. And I was looking at doing some research like on NIST. What else? Like there's I've seen CDM is a big player. What other programs out there that the government uses when it comes to tech and security that I could be missing and I'm not?
NIST is a big one.
Which is a big one?
NIST, National Institute of Standards Technology. They are like the big one, or if not the authoritative one. I would.
Yeah, I have the NIST. Is there?
The thing is, the government's not really centralized in that regard. Different agencies start their own programs.
Gotcha.
So you're probably going to need to narrow the scope of your request down. Like, are you talking about standards that businesses try to base policy off of, or are you talking about efforts to improve the security of public sector or private sector companies, or efforts to try to associate tech people with policymakers so that policymakers don't act like a boomer staring at incoming headlights?
Right.
You could always go with InfraGard. InfraGard is always fun. That's a great resource.
Yes, I hate their website ever since they redesigned it. It just bugs the shit out of me. I cannot.
For those of you who don't know, InfraGard
it's good for the lulls. I mean, it really is. 9/10 of an InfraGard meeting.
InfraGard, really? My God, man.
Well, come on. 9/10 of going to an InfraGard meeting is listening to the FBI try to recruit you. That's like 90% of an InfraGard meeting is like, hi guys, we're really happy to see you here, and we're really enthusiastic. And hey, you guys can always join the FBI, make no money, work twice as hard, and be isolated. It's amazing. Why don't you join us? Enjoy the free food.
For those of you who don't know, InfraGard is a public-private partnership for if you want to work. If you do not work for the FBI, but you want to work with the FBI.
Okay.
They tend to. It's like a liaison for business in the FBI. If you go to the meetings, they have a lot of speakers. They talk about this is the latest development in this, and you can go in there and say, "Hey, my company got owned and you can meet other people that will work with you in that. It's really it's a step up from calling the FBI and saying, "Hey, I got hacked, help," and they put you on hold for 20 minutes, and then you give up and go watch cartoons. You actually get to interface with FBI people one-on-one and say, "Hey, I could use some help with this, or I could use some knowledge." And if you join InfraGard, after your background check and all your other happiness, they give you access to some information and some databases and stuff like that actually can be really worthwhile if you're a serious researcher.
Except injections. I'm kidding.
I mean, if you want to work with the FBI and get a background check by the FBI, maybe
it's a really simple background check. I mean, the background check from our HOA was harder to go through than that one was.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
No, well, of course. Okay, yes, I had a TSSCI at the time, so fuck you.
And I'll tell you, the reason why I brought this up because, as probably some of you know, I started a new GitHub page. This is my whole refresh of everything. A BSD Bandit GitHub page, and I'll post it. So far, I only got 2 things of code in there right now, but I've started on the process of automating the OpenSCAP, and I'm just going to release it to the public.
Awesome.
OpenSCAP?
And put up OpenSCAP, like automating. This is automating STIGs.
So
using Python.
Since you are the author, would you be like the Scat Man?
I don't know what it's called.
You should feel bad.
Scat Man.
Hey, now,
I'm the Scat Man.
Before you go that,
hey!
You remember the original Scatman, Scatman Struthers.
He did a great voice for Jazz, the Transformer, back in the 80s.
He did a lot of really cool stuff. He also he voiced some characters in Ralph Bakshi's movie Street Fight.
Okay, I remember his voice acting in Transformers.
And also he starred as the pole man in the movie Silver Streak.
He was also like the wise, like okay, there's a stereotype of the magical black guy that appears in movies.
Oh, you want something about that?
I'm not thinking anything bad about it, but
anyway.
No. In the movie Street Fight by Ralph Bakshi,
and he played that kind of character in what was the movie? The Shining.
He played next to Philip Michael Thomas in Street Fight. If you remember Philip Michael Thomas, he played Tom on Miami Vice.
So, Charles, related to this whole automating SCAP stuff, where were you, like, what relation to the government were you getting at with that? Like, where do you want to go from there to government stuff?
Well, just in general, just understanding and knowing more of the programs. Like I said, my knowledge is very limited on the government side of the house. And, I hear people talking about, like you said, with CDM.
Okay. If you're looking for something similar to SCAP, then you try to look also at STIGs.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's...
and you were giving me a hard time about what I was saying? You're talking about STIGs?
Well, like I said, and this is just to...
No, I'm just joking
improve my government...
I know.
Just improve my... security
I'll
posture in the government sector. That's all.
For extra 10 bonus points, Mr. Potato Head, back doors are not a secret.
War games. That was my secret Santa. Yes, that and Jolt. That and Jolt. Yes.
I didn't do a Secret Santa. I didn't get invited to do a Secret Santa, so I had to buy my own stuff.
No, you were invited. You just didn't see. Are you friends with Amanda Berlin on Twitter?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
Then you missed out.
Yeah, then you missed out. Definitely Amanda Berlin. Amanda Berlin.
Oh.
She does the Mental Health Hackers Village.
Oh no, I follow her, but we're not friends.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, so you follow her on Twitter, because so on Twitter,
she's a Infosys.
Yeah, Infosys. So she tweets out. Let me let her out. She tweets out about like Hacker Secret Santa and actually getting on the list and everything else. So she's tweeted out about it. Yeah, you missed it, but she does it every year. I think this is the second year that she's done it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings with the whole mental health village, but
what's up?
I can't remember her name. Who was the nut who started shit about even doing it?
Who started what now?
Someone started shit with Amanda about.
It was some other. I think it's another girl or somebody. I think it was another female.
There's something weird about Jake. People don't know how to knock. Yeah, it's like my cat.
Hey, mute yourself.
Yeah.
Whoever Find Evil is, I know she starts shit with me because of other things, and she's just been behaving nuts for the last several months.
Yeah, and that's the thing, girl. Where are you? Sorry.
Can't find your daughter.
All right. No, she's running. She's running behind a chair trying to hide from me. Thank you.
Well, she is accomplishing it apparently.
So
to answer your snark, AP, I do live near DC, and I have said I've gone to public forums where apparently a bunch of military and government regulators and stuff go to and talk about STIGs and SCAPs and stuff. Also been to like 2 open to the public NIST events.
Okay.
So I do hear about these things, and not through nefarious means.
Nefarious means.
But no, yeah, I don't know who the young lady was that was trying to start trouble with Amanda. But like I told Amanda, just don't sweat it, man. You're gonna have people that's gonna say negative. Whatever you do, try to do positive. And that's one thing I'm geared for. Like, watch when labs like BSD Bandit come online, there's gonna be some negative people, and I'm not gonna care because, again, I'm not doing this for the negative people. I'm doing this for the people who are looking for something positive. The negative people, they're always gonna be there. You could say you're giving out cash to heal the world, and there's gonna be 1 or 2 people that say, "Oh, he or she thinks you think you're better than us," or it's always gonna be something. So that's what I was saying to Amanda.
There you go.
So let them. They're always going to try to start trouble.
After Find Evil Lady on Twitter started that shit with Amanda, she got a bunch more contributions via what was it, GoFundMe or Patreon or whatever. So
whatever. And you know what? Congratulations to her. If that was her mission and goal, congratulations. But mental health hackers is not just Amanda. It's a family. I'm extended family. Like it's a family of us. So it's not just one person. So they're looking in the wrong direction.
I saw a list of people who are on the steering committee or whatever.
Yeah. So it's just again, they're directing their energy at one person. However, have at it, and have a good time doing it. But I just tell people who are on the receiving end, let them talk all they want. They're not contributing anything. You are, and people see this. And the ones that are rocking with you are with you till the wheels fall off. And I'm saying this live. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Charles.
Hi, Charles. Hi.
Hi.
I'm not very.
That's what I say. That's what I say. That's what I say. With even with you, Adrian. I'm rocking with you to the end, my friend. And you know how the craziness that you've been going through online with people being foolish and talking crazy.
I'm an asshole people and people are assholes back, and then I'm an asshole back, and I gotta admit, I don't how to put it this way. My mama taught me about bullies.
Mm-hmm.
When someone bullies you, you fight back. And unfortunately, online, that sometimes causes a tendency
That
to reverberate and make things worse.
yeah. I'm to a point in life like, hey, they can try to be bullies all they want. Hey, bully to your heart's content online. But if you see me physically, you're not going to touch me. Then that's a different avenue.
I'm 6
But
foot,
yeah,
270 something pounds. No one ever
Fights-
thought anything of me physically.
Fight smarter, not harder, Adrian.
Exactly.
Read the Sociopath Code. It is an amazing reference for how to deal with sociopaths on the internet.
Send that to me later on when I'm sober.
I look at it this way. You gotta look at it this way. You know, if they're not physically touching you or you're not physically harming my family, I don't care what you say online. Online means nothing. But if you're physically trying to harm me, then yeah. So I'm not 6 foot. But I do have the attitude of the Unabomber. Okay, so yeah. But again, that's if somebody's trying to harm me, of course you're gonna defend yourself. But yeah, all the stuff online, no.
Like most stuff online is just harmless crap, name calling. It's when things get to instead of calling you names, calling you names to your employer. Calling you your employer names to your employer's customers.
All right.
That's when things get to a place where you need to defend yourself somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been 45 minutes in. Let's get to the show notes.
Yeah, show notes, please.
And that was Bedmo's payment breach.
Hey.
And I don't really want to buy anymore.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, let's continue on.
Next up, we have Caribou Coffee also suffers a payment breach. And I put this one after the other one just because it annoys me because it potentially impacts me. So, Caribou Coffee. Unauthorized individuals gained access to the POS systems at 265 U.S. stores. Data included names, payment card numbers, expiration dates, and security codes. Unusual activity was detected November 28th. They brought in Mandiant, and they fully shut it down December 3rd. And as a side note, if you go to cariboucoffee.com or www.cariboucoffee.com, their SSL cert is invalid. Their SSL cert is a wild card for getpantheon.com. Like, okay, so we are half a month or more now past the breach and you shutting it down, and your main corporate website has an invalid SSL cert that is not associated to your main website. Yeah. And so, I went to Wild West Hacking Fest here a couple months ago. Flew through Minnesota, saw Caribou Coffee, hadn't seen one in 15 years. Thought, hot dog, gonna get me some Caribou Coffee. Yep, right in their time frame. Loving it. That's all I got for Caribou Coffee if nobody wants to talk about it.
I think I've drank there once. Other than that, I don't know much about them.
I mean, they have good coffee. I'm not a huge Starbucks fan because a lot of times I feel like their coffee's burnt, or has kind of that burnt type of taste to it. But Caribou, for me, was always good coffee. And, yeah. They shut all the ones down, at least in my area here. And, yeah, first one I had seen in a long time.
Yeah, most of them I see them.
Question. How do you feel about Black Rifle Coffee?
I have not had it. Is that the one that McMurray has?
Them, but I've heard of good things about them.
Yeah, Evil Mog put me onto it.
Oh, okay.
I have a Black Rifle, but I never had Black Rifle coffee.
I have heard of it, but I have not had it.
My office, It's made by Stag Arms. It's a black rifle. It's very nice, chrome line barrel. I know Israel is out to shoot with us. I'm not sure. Charles, you coming out this next Hackers on the Farm?
That's the goal. Yeah.
Cool. I know. I plan on bringing it out for Hackers on the Farm. I know Israel got a chance to shoot it, I think, and so did Liz.
Yep. Yeah, and I'll be bringing my toy this year. At least I plan to.
What's the new toy?
I built out an AR here probably 3-4 months ago.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know. May even bring out the 308. We'll see. If we still get the same range as last time, I may bring out the 308.
Yeah, that range was nicer than yeah. I mean, the second Hackers on the Farm, the range was not great because it was like in a sinkhole.
Yeah.
But the range we had last year, we had to pay for the range, but it was, this year, yeah, it was a nice range.
Yeah.
Hope it didn't offend Mary too much, but by being an alcoholic, she dropped off the cast. Anyway, let's continue.
Anywho, that's all I have because, like I said, I want to keep it short. Kept it to about 52 minutes for the breach report. So yeah, only 2 items, 52 minutes. That's a new record.
Yeah. What sucked about 2018 is the next thing up, and I look at these show notes. I'm not even the one who wrote this. So
who added what sucked about 2018?
Not me, but I could talk about stuff about it.
Wait, it wasn't me and it wasn't Liz. Who else is as fascinated by this subject as one of us? Because
do not make us go through who edited this stinking document.
Yeah. Based on this material, it looks like someone either me or Liz would add, but neither of us did. So, rampant SJW activity ruining the community. Someone linked off to the SJW instance on at Tech Conferences link, which is a good thing to go through and read. But yeah, we have had various weird oddities in the last year at Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, the tech cons for me, like I said, the tech cons of 2018 was all about cocks and people.
Yeah, they were.
No, I mean, this is truth. You know, it was all about cocks and people just getting riled up about certain things that were in the cocks. Some people got upset because we even had a cock, and now, you know, everything is like borderline like Armageddon when you say certain things, or what used to be a joke in the hacker community is no longer that. So it was a big shift in 2018. We've seen things at conferences that were very interesting as far as like what used to be non-offensive has now become offensive. So all I would say is for 2019, it sucks. Don't get me wrong, because there's certain things that you just never know what to say anymore. So all I can say for 2019, when you're going to different cons, just please be mindful. Actually read the cock and see what's going on before you even attend the conference nowadays. That's the best advice I can actually give, because that way you're not in a situation where people are ganging up on you for, you could have said the sky is red, and now everybody's coming after you and saying, oh, what do you mean by the sky is red? Does that mean that women are always on red or something? You know, just something, you know, that could be taken out of context or taken to another level, which, 2018 was just that.
There was some stupid shit going on. The manga hats, all right, the people who show up with the manga hats at Hope, they deliberately meant to troll people and get people riled up.
Yeah, their purpose was to fuck with people.
Yes. The guy who I knew and his wife who wore a MAGA hat at DerbyCon, they wore it maybe partly to rile people up, but it wasn't like a deliberately in-your-face thing. But some various freaks who were even at the con in some cases freaked out about it. Also, they came after me for whatever reason because the nut jobs. I mean, I'm like, I know who the guy was. And the funny thing is, the guy one of the guys who was wearing the MAGA hat at DerbyCon, he's half Mexican.
And he's a big boy.
It doesn't stop people from calling me a Nazi, even though I'm Jewish. So don't really try to apply logic to that.
Yeah, please don't.
Wait, Liz, call you a Nazi?
I've had someone call me a Nazi. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen Ben Shapiro get called a fascist, so I can buy that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Talking about me or Adrian?
Or both.
No, man, both. Like,
yeah, someone's called me a Nazi solely because I objected to the flippant use of the word Nazi.
Wow. Way to go.
And quite frankly, to be blunt about it, these people, they get shit from the far left and what's called the far right pretty frequently in modern days.
I'm not surprised.
It's
just crazy.
They take shit all around. Yeah, that craziness. The people I hope were the liberals trying to stir shit. People at DerbyCon, not so much. The thing about DerbyCon that fucked me up was the people complaining about someone playing the circle game, the school game, and saying they were neo-Nazis. And I mean, I had a friend of mine. She actually was very anti-Trump. She has Trump derangement syndrome. If there is such a thing as Trump derangement syndrome, she's a little nuts on the subject. And she came out and said, my daughter explained this thing to me as a circle game. And she got blocked by somebody for supporting Nazis. Because well, she got blocked by Viz. Viz is insane. Viz is just gone mentally ill.
Yeah, and I did show you, like, you know, hey, this is a game that military people play, because I mean I was gonna send another one where it's my friend, where's my NCO friend in uniform, like, you know, hey, look, you know, here's a picture of me and my son, and he's got it up.
Right. So trying to debate someone who's using an emotional or rhetorical argument with, you know, personal experiences, unless your personal experiences are also emotional, it's just going to be ignored. And let's face it, you're talking about the circle game. It's not really emotional.
It's not about personal experience. I posted it in the,
I have pieces of shit though, like Night Owl saying that I blocked him because he said Nazis are bad or were bad. I'm like, no, I blocked you because you kept advocating that the circle game was some kind of Nazi paraphernalia, and you were trying to hurt people for showing it. That's why I blocked your dumbass. I have most of the people lying about me on Twitter. I have pieces of shit. Egypt is a piece of human shit. You said I blocked him because he stood up to my misogyny. First of all, I didn't think he was misogynistic. I criticized and mocked feminists. That's not misogyny. Feminists are a hate group.
Egypt confuses the hell out of me.
That piece of shit was keep retweeting shit from Oakland Ellie, who's a nut job who advocates hitting police officers. She's a moron. He advocates for her. He's a piece of shit. I get people. I get other people lying about me, like, who's the girl from Hack 5? Shit. She said, I attacked her for being a female. I never attacked her for shit. I found out I was blocked one day, so I blocked her back. I'm tired of lying pieces of shit on Twitter. These are terrible human beings, and they don't realize it, but they pretend like I am the epitome of virtue. No, a lot of you on Twitter are scumbags.
It's a very convoluted social ecosystem there. You have people who are joining in out of fear for if they don't join in, they'll be labeled a heretic next. Yeah, quite a lot of people like that.
So you're talking about CISSP?
Now stop. Now you're not going to attack the CISSP. and mind you, I don't have a CISSP, but attacking a CERT is no. Come on.
I'm not attacking.
There are some.
I attack all certs equally because they're all Ponzi schemes. I just think it's funny that we had that intense moment of silence there for a minute. That was beautiful.
So question. So, you think offensive security is a Ponzi scheme?
I think what?
Do you think offensive security is a Ponzi scheme?
Offensive security by itself, no. Any certificate program is a Ponzi scheme.
Why?
We've already been through this like
Yeah,
5 episodes ago.
Yeah, we went down the road on that.
We'll talk later on it. But let's continue on.
It's very much like MLM.
Liz, go ahead and complete your thought on the subject.
Yeah, go ahead.
That said, there's quite a lot of people who join in because either peer pressure or fear of consequences. There's also, I would imagine, probably just as large, if not a larger demographic of people who just follow whatever the predominant trend is. And that's a whole spectrum of thing. You have, let's say, former GNAA who, they're full on edgelords to the end, until the dominant social leanings went to a different group, and it suddenly became edgelords were no longer the dominant social group. It just became dominant's not the right word. The biggest bully.
Yeah,
no longer the biggest bullies. SJWs became the biggest bullies.
We have
So
definitely with the guard as far as biggest bullies, definitely.
They just became born again, and there's quite a lot of people who. That's the most extreme end of that. On the lighter end, you have people like this who just go with whatever the dominant social trend is with progressive politics. A decade ago, it used to be yay, go ahead, go free speech. Now it's circle game is an artifact of racist Southerners.
He blocked a friend of mine because she had said it was a circle game, and she posted a link that her daughter had given her, and it said something about who supporting Nazis. And I'm like, this woman is the furthest thing from supporting Nazis ever. I mean, you can't even say she's a Trump and not that I'm saying Trump is a Nazi. Not saying at all. I'm just saying this woman actively hates Trump, hates the current administration, has far left politics, but you're still calling her a Nazi supporter because she gave you a link and told you what the circle was.
Keep in mind that that's the way things work now, okay? It's not a matter of you can be called a supporter of something if you support any one thing that's represented. So, for example, if you say, I support building the wall, oh, you're a Trump supporter. Oh, so now you hate immigrants and you want to lock up children in cages. Well, fuck you, blah.
See, that's the way it goes. It sounds like it's going to be really expensive and not effective. So that's
right. I'm leaving the facts out of it. What I'm just saying is if you agree with anything that the person they don't like agrees with, then instantly you're supporting that person instead of just that one idea. I mean, imagine for a moment, okay, and this is a hard one, okay? Imagine for an instant that Trump had a good idea, okay? Let's just say he had an idea that made sense and worked and was good for everyone. No, it's not going to happen. But just imagine for a minute that happened. And you say, hey, you know what? I'm okay with this idea. I like this idea. Oh, so you're a Trump supporter. So how does it feel to be a neo-Nazi woman hater? That's the way people work these days. That's the way in 2018, that's the way people work. So you don't have to actually support the person. If you like one of their ideas, then instantly you're snap labeled as a supporter.
Yeah, I would like to
cooperate.
Maybe it's just my circles, but outside of a few high-profile events, the frequency of which I hear things such as knee-jerk misogynist or racist accusations has really dropped down a lot this year, at least from my social circles.
Well, see, the thing is, how many people have you blocked this year?
Mostly I block people who already have me blocked due to block lists.
So if I asked you for a round number, how many people did you block this year?
Oh, probably less than 20.
Okay. The thing is, my social circles have cleaned up too. And I can say the same thing you did. You know, in my current social circles, I don't hear any of this. I've blocked 75 people this year.
Wow, I'm glad I'm not blocked. Sheesh, that's rough.
You're not an asshole.
No.
At least that you know of.
I generally block people for being.
No, you know I'm not an asshole. Stop it.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, as soon as I've made some hard criteria, and when people cross that line, that's it. You're done. And the more I do that, the fewer problems I have on my feeds.
That's true.
I mean, I pasted the link in there to that latest Twitter, tete-a-tete. That's the strongest one I've had in 6 months. It's just someone telling me I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm a white guy. Yeah, I don't know InfoSec because I'm white. Go figure.
I find those people tend to get more and more socially isolated, and I would like to think that trend will continue.
I hope
it probably will. It probably will. If they get, like I said, I'm not with the whole isolation thing because I think it just promotes back to the way our parents and grandparents thought, which was separated. Everybody's separated and have their own views, which is fine. But it just puts in the mind. This is where I think hatred starts. Is when you got this group of people sitting over here, and they get this group of people sitting over there, and they're all thinking different thoughts. They're not saying anything. They're just letting it fester, and then before actually getting to know the people or the person that they're dealing with, they're just looking at the base of what their group has thought about them.
That's a good point. I was thinking more along the lines of them being shamed through social isolation, but you are right. That is ultimately isolating people doesn't change minds.
The thing is, changing minds isn't always the goal. You need to be able to accept altering and differing opinions without changing their mind.
Well, it's not trying to change their mind. It's just, again...
think about it. We've gotten to the point now where it's dangerous. It's like, oh, you have a different opinion than me? Oh, you must be my enemy. And instead of just saying, oh, you have a different opinion than me? Well, that's nice. Let's go get a drink.
Look, talking like this is doing their job for them to an extent.
Yeah.
Treating it like it's dangerous, even though the number of people who treat it as such is still relatively small, does their job for them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that educating people and making them aware of it so that we can have conversations like the ones we have here is counteracting what they're doing.
All I've realized through all these social trends is it's all relatively top down. Most of the masses will go with whatever the dominant social trend is. So that just means whatever relatively small number of people, the thought leaders, the institution, the people high up in various institutions, payment processors, Google, et cetera, there might be a small collection of them, but it's still a very top-down thing. If you look up the history of moral panics, they would typically be called moral entrepreneurs. People who stand to benefit or profit from causing panic over something.
Have any of you ever changed your mind or viewpoint based upon social media?
Yes.
Now, Grant, I'm not saying you going out and researching something somebody on social media has posted.
Rarely, but yes.
That would depend on the source.
Maybe. I'm not sure if I have or not.
I mean, honestly, I have not. I see.
Exactly.
I decline.
If someone points me to a reliable source using social media, then yes, I'd have to say yes. Like if I go on there and I say, long live, I don't know, Jimmy Carter or whatever, and somebody says, hey, here's an article about him that was written by Al Jazeera America, and I go and read that and it changes my mind about something, then yes. But the thing is, social media is a methodology, not a resource. And you can give me an article that came out of Popular Science, and the method you use to give to me is social media, and it changes my mind, then hey, but then again, if you do the same thing with InfoWars, oops.
Well, again,
to me, InfoWars is almost exactly the same. But
Popular Science?
InfoWars are definitely moral entrepreneurs.
Yeah, the vast majority of the items that I see on social media, I don't post politics. I don't post any crap like that. I just find it even if I wanted to change somebody's opinion, My opinion is not something that changes opinion. Fact is what changes opinion.
So we're all on board with.
Well,
yeah, the main topic.
Let's stick with the topic. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just did two things. Linus caving to Coraline.
Oh, what the
that really was not a good thing for many reasons.
I heard some people blame his daughter for that. Like his daughter became.
It's not publicly known. It's not publicly known what goes through his mind. But what he stated in the interview was he did not want to be associated with the self-styled white nationalists who claim to be doing this stuff, being politically incorrect in the name of free speech. That he said that was his primary motivator.
Huh, dude. All right, here's the new moral panic. You know how there was a moral panic about Satanists in the 80s? About child daycare workers being Satanists? The new moral panic is white nationalists everywhere. And quite frankly, it's the media pushing it, I think, and making it a thing as opposed to actually being a thing.
What's a thing?
I think that the media makes a bigger hype about people being white nationalists everywhere than they're actual white nationalists.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
it's the new communism.
That's a hard one.
It's the new McCarthyism. It's the boogeyman of the moment.
I mean, they exist. They exist.
I know it exists, but the thing is, it's like I said, it's out there to scare people.
There are more white nationalists white nationalists are organizing a lot more. There's being doubled or tripled the number of official organizations they organize across the country, but it's like instead of one P, there's three.
They're worthless though. What they're organizing, what are they doing? They're going to Jim Bob's backyard and having a barbecue and waving Nazi flags and giving each other hand jobs. Or are they actually accomplishing anything?
What a lot of them, and I'm not saying like I said, from the ones I've seen, their mission is to spread hatred. Like the perfect example, and a lot of them are actually doing what their mission is to spread hatred, like making I saw. And this is on a live video. One guy out in Texas, in a mall, the two women were speaking to each other in Arabic, and then he just went on this tirade.
Oh, that's just Thug Life. That's Thug Life YouTube clips. Yeah, but I mean, I understand what I get what you're saying. But the thing
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
When was the last time you saw these white nationalists do anything other than, scream at somebody in a Dunkin' Donuts? Go back to your own country, and then 5 people will throw them out. I mean,
Charlottesville.
How long ago was that? That was that's the Tiki Torch March.
That was
last year.
A little over a year ago. And that was all thanks to that.
I understand people are out there.
Bannon's high-profile example of someone who did stuff, and it's crystal clear there are some white nationalists in advisory positions in the White House.
Yeah, have I been told? And myself personally, I've been told to go back to Africa. My own personally.
Yeah. You
know what? That's why I say it's a hatred, man.
Yeah, they do spread hatred. It's no one really.
You know what? I get people telling me, "Fat boy, you're a drain on the insurance industry." Okay, guess what? It doesn't really matter a whole shitload. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to downplay what you're saying, but the thing is that the kind of hatred you're talking about. I mean, okay, somebody says to you, "Go back to Africa." You are well within your rights to turn around and say, "Fuck you." If you, hey, are you Polish? Yeah. Do you speak German? No. You're welcome, motherfucker.
But again,
it's wrong. Don't get me wrong here. It's wrong.
Look, neo-Nazis are a thing. They are technically hateful people and public and make this very public. The thing is, there's few of them.
Every time somebody shamed me in public, I do nothing but cry all the time.
There's relatively few of them, and even though they do spread hatred, I liken it to the country having a cold.
You know,
they're small. They cause harm, but ultimately you'll get better. They're just small and inconsequential.
But that's it. It's small and inconsequential. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like I go to Walmart and people follow me around and sing the Fatty Doo-Doo song behind me while I'm in my scooter. Okay? I mean, I don't want to compare that. But I mean, the thing is, what you're talking about is simple, generic school ground hatred. You look different than me. I've seen Sikhs in Walmart in New Mexico. They get treated like shit, and they just kind of laugh it off and walk away. It's like we've been to the point now where Billy Bob Redneck walks up to you and go, "Oh, you drive a Ford. You must be a faggot. You like dick faggot?" And you just turn around and walk away, and you totally disarm them.
Let Charles get a word in edgewise. My gosh.
Thank you, So
let Charles get a word in edgewise. Is what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Yeah.
They're way low. I'm not even hearing them.
No, I was saying let Charles get a word in edgewise. As it looked like you kept trying to say stuff, but couldn't get in.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say is just like, again, I hear what you're saying, and you may be able to shrug it off. And like I said, personally, me, I handle it a different way. But there's some people out there who, emotionally or mentally or whatever, they're not as strong.
I'm one of those people. Okay. I am one of those people. But I will tell you something. God help any son of a bitch who tells you to go back to Africa in front of me. Okay, God help son of a bitch. God help son of a bitch who does that. Okay?
I know, AP, brother, I love you, man. I'm just saying, but you see what I'm getting at. I'm not saying you're like.
Let me tell you something. I left my house 4 times in the last year, so don't think I'm not affected by it. Okay, I don't leave my house. I've been bound inside of my house. I've left it exactly 4 times in 2018.
Right.
Okay, I've gone outside of my house 4 times in 2018. So I know it fucking affected me. Yes, I got into a world of trouble because I kind of limped out of my fucking wheelchair and beat the guy with a crutch for saying that to me. But, the thing is that somebody telling you to go back to Africa does not equate someone getting lynched in Main Street.
Well, I just use that as an example.
Right.
I mean, I've been called worse, but again, at the end of the day, these people, the main mission of this, and I call it more so an attitude, because there's some black people that have the white nationalist attitude. That's why I call it an attitude.
I've crossed those 4 on Twitter.
Because and the people who have that attitude, the people who have the privileged attitude, is their idea of just spreading hatred. So, and those are the people, like I said, the ones that are trying to spread hatred. That's their whole mission in life. And you know what? Congratulations. Congratulations to what they do. And just see it, like with Donald Trump himself. I have no hatred towards the man at all, but I will say that he's an instrument that's trying to. I know he's trying to get things done, but I guess just the way he says things, that some people it rubs a lot of people the wrong way, and they're looking at it. You get what I'm saying, right? I'm just saying, what is his intent to spread hatred? I don't know, because I don't know the guy. You know what I mean? But in general,
he's a byproduct of generalized ignorance.
My opinion of what Trump's intent is.
He thinks that grabbing by the pussy is acceptable because where he's from, it is.
Well, I mean, okay. Okay, one Trump has that New Yorker attitude. He has that New Yorker attitude.
Yeah.
What's the New York attitude?
Quick question. How many more items do we have on the sheet?
New York. Oh shit. See what's happening.
How many more questions? Yeah. Oh, how many have what?
Yeah, because I don't know how
yeah,
much long. Yeah. How many more items we have in the show notes before we get off on this?
We still have 3, 4, then other stuff. 3 is what was awesome about 2018, and 4 is how we are going to make 2019 even more awesome. So
I can answer that question.
I know you could. That's why I put it in there.
Yeah.
I put it in there because you could answer it.
Let's quickly cover the stereotypes about New Yorkers.
The typical New York accent is summed up in 2 words. Fuck you. Fuck you. I've lived in New York for over 10 years. Okay, New York is fuck you.
Really?
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
He's not wrong.
Stereotypical New York?
Because Charles is from New York, and he doesn't seem very fuck you. He seems like Mr.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's from Queens.
I'm not like that. I'm not from Queens.
Charles is Mr. Lovey-Dovey. I'm not. Sure.
I'm from Yonkers, New York.
Yonkers.
So
I did my time in Bed-Stuyvesant pre-gentrification.
Well, I've been there all my life, like New York, and like I said, I have family from the 80s and 90s. I didn't leave. I technically didn't leave New York until 2001. My parents moved while I was in college in 2001 after 9/11. So
yeah, that's when I had to leave too.
So from birth all the way up to age 21, I was in New York. But again, like I said, it's just. I mean, all New Yorkers are not like that. Of course, you guys have met me. But yeah, some people do in New York have that same attitude. Same thing in the South. It's no different anyway.
You did say stereotypical New York attitude. And that is stereotypical New York attitude. Now, is it the typical New York attitude? No, but it's stereotypical. Even George Carlin said it, in his whole routine, a New York echo. Hello, shut the fuck up. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, that's happened. That happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, it happens.
It's not, the thing is, we're in a weird era of politics. Because.
No.
In the 60s and 70s and a little bit of the 80s, okay, everyone knew where the lines were. The people in politics did what they did. They covered it up nicely. They followed the rule the Kennedys put down. Don't get caught. Okay? The Kennedys fucked anything that moved, drank anything that was in a bottle, and nobody said shit about them.
We're not even halfway through the show notes. Let's limit the main.
I know. That's what I'm like.
What I'm saying is, our current crop of politicians don't have that line. They don't have that filter. They don't have that censor. Donald Trump will walk up to a microphone and say, grab her by the pussy, fuck the bitch. And he won't even think twice about it because it's perfectly normal to him. And you say, this is going to be from a senior statesman? So, we're entering a new era where politicians are not censoring themselves. They're not the quote-unquote man of the people. They're just out there. They're being who they are and what they are. And
this is being brought to you by a hacker podcast.
Okay, I got you. I hear what you're saying, man.
I mean, when Trump, you want a hacker podcast? When Trump comes out and starts saying things like, well, those typical 600-pound hackers sitting in front of their computer, drinking it. Yeah, what's the first thing you think of?
Yeah, you know what? I'll be the sexiest 600-pound out there.
Woo! I will say positive for that. I did see Motherboard. Yes, I know Motherboard. Commission an artist to draw a 600-pound hacker, and their response article. It was great.
Sweet. So, what you said about what made 2018 so awesome? How can we make 2019 better?
Right. This is all you.
Okay.
I
look
have
at
awesome
that.
Things to say about.
He has awesome. Everybody has awesome things. Well. What was awesome about 2018 was, again, of course, the Irongeek cast and everybody that was able to join. I met AP. I met some awesome people in 2018. Also, too, you know, we got to the point where mental health got recognized in our community.
Yep.
Because before that, not many people were talking about it. So now it's become a subject. It's become a thing. So, and I'm super proud of that. Also, too, we're seeing more groups come out and stand up against bigger companies. Now, maybe it's good or maybe it's bad. It just depends on the person. But for me personally, I think it's a great thing because it shows that people are really looking to dig their heels in and contribute something rather than just sit back, take what's given to them, and complain. I like that I'm seeing more people getting involved and making change happen.
Now I can think of examples, but what examples are you particularly thinking of?
With me, well, I've seen a lot of different groups. You know, we'll say some women that are in tech, they see that they feel like they're not. Some women felt like they weren't included, and instead of like just sitting there and not saying sitting there and taking what's been given to them or that they feel needs to change, they've dug their heels in. They've created groups. They've gotten, you know, I'm talking about the ones that are not toxic. I'm talking about the ones that are not bashing everybody else. I'm talking about the ones that are actually digging.
I've seen the nutty ones, the ones that are complaining because
no, I know what you're saying. No, I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying.
Why don't you name some of these groups so we can support them?
I saw perfect example. Black Hole Collective. Black Hole Collective. They got like the purpose of their goal is to have more diversity in tech, especially in like Silicon Valley. And what they did, they formed like a nonprofit group. They're out here in DC. They formed a nonprofit group. And they're actually collaborating with people out in Silicon Valley, trying to help people get jobs, teaching programming, putting together programs. Instead of just sitting and complaining like, well, Silicon Valley doesn't do this. They're actually getting involved. They actually dug their heels in and they started, you know, trying to collaborate and get more people out to Silicon Valley who are interested or getting them into different jobs, getting them to Google or, you know, Google jobs, these high profile jobs. You know what I mean? I thought that was pretty awesome. Shout out to Malware Unicorn, red teaming. Shout out to Malware Unicorn. I'm just seeing her progress and seeing her process and just being super excited about the doing red teaming now. You know, and just seeing others. I'm not gonna go through so many names, but just seeing others just actually digging their heels and actually doing something, going after something great. I'm super happy with myself in general. Just whether you guys realize it or not, you guys motivate me to be even more of me, if that makes sense.
Well, we better get that in check pretty quick.
Oh man,
we're all going to be doing the Pollyanna dance if we let that go wild. We're all going to be doing the Pollyanna dance.
Yeah, I want Pollyanna up. What else do we got left? We've tried the negative side. We've tried negative already. It didn't work out so well.
Well,
let's try
as long as we don't have to do the whole holding hands to sing the Sound of Music thing, you know, I'm down. I'm down. But you know,
I'm not gonna lie. My song this morning was
live with the
No, my song of the morning for Thankful Thursday was "I'm on the Edge of Glory." Woo! Lady Gaga. Fired up this morning. I got up this morning. That song was on. I was fired up.
I don't know. I'm currently on a kick with anything from what's it? Damn it! It's a Canadian band. I just posted them in one of our chats here recently.
Britney Spears.
Oh, speaking of awesomeness, shout out to Cap.
It's Cap.
Cap that usually comes on the cast. Cap.
Is he on?
Cap is on. Caprio.
No, he's not on it right now.
Cap has been on fire.
Yeah, he's been on fire. Yeah, he's not on right now though.
But I'm shouting him out. Shout out to Cap. You've been on fire, brother. I love it. Keep on doing great things. Greatness awaits you. And that's my Security Illusions brethren. one third of Security Illusions. No, I'm just super excited. Now for 2019. rolling over to 2019. You know what I'm looking forward to? More casts. Like I said, I'm doing a cast, Security Illusions cast, and more of Irongeek cast, and just spreading more positively, giving more of that Pollyanna attitude, spreading it around, getting more people infected with it.
Look at my screen share. This is what you're talking about right here.
Yep, that's Charles.
Hold on, I haven't seen the screen share. Hold on, I gotta.
This is what we're gonna look like in 2019.
I didn't realize you were able to get some old pictures of Charles. That's
oh my God, that's where we go. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'll take that. But
you said we never get you an address.
No, not that. You'll just see me sitting there with a BSD Labs by BSD Bandit hoodie on, and a guitar. But yeah, 2019. Just expect more of the same. But here's the thing too. Added more. You know what? No, I don't know what y'all doing back there, but hey, no, but yeah, yeah, yep, that's right.
Love it.
Expect more of that. You're gonna see, and also in 2019, you're gonna see more content, more code, more helping more people, especially in the mental health space. I think that's important. Just
there'll be more exploits tomorrow.
More exploits.
That tomorrow.
Yes.
There'll be
more exploits. There'll be ponies. There'll be rooting. There'll be wooting and celebrating. It's the most wonderful time.
And maybe, just maybe in 2019, you look at that code I shared with you. Just maybe.
Yes, and also too for 2019. Anybody that's I want to help more people get into it. I want to help more people get involved and contribute and just have fun doing it. I personally, and this is on live, I'm personally, like I told you this year, and I'm just going to enhance it even more next year. I'm personally taking it as a challenge to go back and take it back to where hacking used to be fun. I'm taking it back to the fun days of hacking. So if you guys are with me, please follow me on Twitter. You'll get to live my adventure as well too. And if you want to join in, that's perfectly fine too.
I'm going right to my closet and getting my 80s clothes out.
Get the 80s clothes out, spray paint them, get a rat tail if you need to. You better get out there. Yes, get the rat tail out.
I should do a rat tail.
Bring out the TurboGrafx 16 with Bonk's Adventure and Splatterhouse and Keith Courage. Let's go ahead. Let's go have fun. One of my first projects, and I'll elaborate more on the labs on BSD Bandit. I will be hacking a Nintendo Cube, making it a wireless router. Okay, we're just gonna make this thing fun again. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, those days are gone, Team Maker. I understand, but I'm here to try to take it back to the next level, man. And you're perfectly welcome to join me, man. Take something that you actually like and just turn it upside down. The world's already upside down. We might as well go all upside down with it. So
you've helped.
Next,
go ahead. You finish up.
No, I'm going to say the next image you see. Just think of me as the Chester Cat in Alice in Wonderland, where my eyes are going all over the place, and I'm like, and yeah, that's me, the Chester Cat.
Yeah, you helped rekindle some of my love for hacking, man. I gotta say, your passion is contagious. I do appreciate it, and I really do. I've been, as many others have been, focusing too much on the social side of things, which has left a lot of tech to the wayside. And you're contagious, man. Thank you.
Well, you're so welcome. I plan to infect more people. Yes, come on over.
Now, how are you going to do that infection? Is that going to be a SQL injection? Like trying to leverage Java?
You know what?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm going to take my sockets and put some injection in it. I'm going to add some XML talk. I feel a little XML-ish sometimes. And I got to call XML's cousin called JSON to come back and forth. And, they kind of have issues back and forth. But WebSocket's also fighting with the other cousin, which is like half has half a brain, which is called Ajax, because they're always polling and they never get the information right. So now with sockets, they put everything into full circle when everybody could communicate. So
That's right.
And if we want to get real stupid, then we could get down to the lower level because they go high. I can go low too from a shell coder's perspective. There's something about that shell when they look at that register, the cousins EAX, RAX, and even the ARM family is starting to join in. So yeah, EA32, R64, and I'm talking robot talk because that's how it sounds. But yeah. You know, if we want to get real stupid with the LFIs, the RFIs, the CRFs, let's get back to some sea surfing and server-side surfing and poisoning that DNS and some of that cache. Whew! I mean, it could go on and on. Talk to me, ALSR. Let's rock.
Let's go back to the days where cross-site scripting was a feature as forum signatures. Have music play whenever you post.
And we still gonna be backdooring them PEs in 2019.
It wasn't even for hacking. It just cross-site scripting. I just remember back in the day, just awesome, badass music.
Let's go back and let's tell AV we still gonna bypass you. We waiting on you. No matter how much you update, you'll never be able to see us.
Yeah, I don't know why more people are not doing DNS poisoning. I mean.
I already solved that problem.
How?
Did I not tell you? I remember I talked about this a while ago.
I mean, because there are very, very few products
refresh our memory,
off the shelf that can actually detect it and be able to do anything with it.
Right. Remember, I put together that real-time streaming analysis system that looked at all your A record requests and washed them through the big 4 DNS resolvers.
Oh, yeah.
And then compared the outputs and then said, hey, whoa, this is wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Quad 1, you go to the IBM one. You know, you go to there's 4 public providers that are out there. There's Google, Cloudflare, IBM, and the McAfee. Yeah. And you wash all your shit through those 4, and you look at the results and compare them, and you say, "Hey, whoa, you know, flag on that play."
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Cool. Next up.
So I do have positive things if you finish retailing your bit, Charles.
Mm-hmm.
I do disagree. Yes, you all have been a very positive influence. I'm really appreciating the casts and just talking to you all as a social circle. Thank you. And thank you, Adrian, for putting on these casts every week. Appreciate it.
I do, other than slowly drink myself to death.
Positive.
I went to a doctor's note there. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. We do care about you, Adrian. So other stuff, Hackers in the Farm. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely look forward to coming again this year. Mary is a wonderful host. I had an absolute blast. A hybrid best and worst. Hope. Best, I got to meet some of my heroes from my youth. CDCC, Cult of the Dead Cow. Wait, CDC, Cult of the Dead Cow.
Don't forget the Ninja Strike Force.
It was just wonderful meeting some of them there. The worst, I've already said that. I've just been neurotic about that over the year. The thing with the staffer, but that's just that. Blah. Other best things, good things. I had a blast at DerbyCon, meeting everyone there. And I absolutely look forward to meeting y'all there again next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I plan on having you on video team next year if you want to do it again, along with Charles and.
Yeah, of course.
Have video.
I am there, my friend.
I'll be there. And if you need me to help a little bit, besides Nova, I am in the area, so I wouldn't mind helping out if you need help.
But in their case, you have to toss them a line because they organize all the volunteers. I don't.
Got it.
But if you just tell them, hey, Aiden had me do volunteer work at DerbyCon. I know the rig. Can I get on volunteer work? And if they ask me, I'll say, yes. He knows the shit, so do it. Please.
All right.
Sweet.
Well, you know, and here's what I've got. DEFCON Party Radio is coming back.
Woo!
Oh,
Nice.
We are warming up the Klystron. Call for Parties is going to open soon. Can't say exactly when yet, but soon. But as soon as that opens, then DEFCON Party Radio will be back on the air on the same station, IMI Radio, Internet Marconi Initiative, and we will be featuring music mixes from hackers, not DJs, but hackers. So here's what we need to do.
Nice.
You put together a 1 hour playlist of the music you listen to while you're hacking, and you do a quick intro. You know, my name is Spider Jerusalem, and this is my jam. And then you put those songs into a playlist, and then that will get put into a rotation. So you'll be able to tune in and listen to what different people are playing while they hack.
Nice.
And this is not like DJs that are beat matching and going to clubs and shit. This is people like us here. What do we jam to when we're doing our deeds?
Right.
And along with that, there'll be updates on parties and who's planning what and, you know, how things are going. And that's going to run all the way through until DEF CON. And hopefully, if Caesars doesn't smash the gear to shit again, DEF CON Party Radio will be mobile and live at DEF CON.
Cool.
all right. Awesome. Well,
So I expect every one of you to get me a mix. Every one of you.
I'm gonna send you a mixtape.
Okay, that's fun. That sounds like fun. And when is that happening again? The radio?
As soon as the call for parties comes out, I don't know when it's going to happen. You have to watch the DEF CON webpage.
Okay.
And what they had, the call for parties is when I don't know if you know how that works. The DEF CON party space is provided by DEF CON, but you have to propose what kind of party you're going to have. And if your party gets approved, then we give you the space, we give you a bartender, you know, and you know all the happy you need to a point. There are things you do have to pay for if you want them, but basically you can get a party space at DEF CON.
I didn't get to go this year, but I'd like to go next year.
So the thing is that the call for parties goes out. It's going to be pretty soon, and that's when we start taking submissions because there's a limited amount of space. And then there's a bunch of us get together. I'm one of them. We discuss the different parties. We pick which ones that get approved, and then whammo. So I'm going to open the radio again as soon as the call for parties comes out.
Okay.
So you're a DEF CON organizer?
Go ahead, say it. You almost said it. I heard the
goon organizer.
I am a member of the party committee. Yes.
I need to talk to you later about something else, but it's off air.
Okay.
So, what else we got in the show notes? You know,
wait, no one else has anything positive to say?
I know, right? Adrian, positive. What's up? Come on, man.
Adrian.
I'm not dead yet.
Come on, you can do better than that, Adrian.
Come on now. Come on.
I don't know, man. I don't have much of a passion for the stuff I used to have a passion for, and I'm just chugging along. I'm getting fat, and I'm getting diseased, and I'm not doing well, and I'm trying to figure what's good going on. I mean, I'm not dead. Like I said, I'm not dead yet.
You're living. You're alive, my friend. So that's a start.
That's nice. I'm still doing most of the cons, even though some cons have dumped my ass. Very few, all things considered. I know I've had some conflicts online with people because I saw someone and I was drunk. I was getting shit from people, and I saw someone liking shit that was hating on me, and I saw that they were part of a hate group, and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit about?"
What are you thankful for, Adrian? What have you liked in 2018?
In 2018, what have I liked?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time thinking of anything.
Come on. I'll wait.
I like Liz.
Didn't you eat KFC at least once?
Cute little Jewish lizard. He's adorable.
But didn't you have fun with us? Didn't you have fun with us at MeadCon?
Was that?
Didn't you have fun with us at Mead?
I had fun. Con, yeah. MeadCon was fun.
That's positive.
Yeah, I'm glad Forgotten Second put this up because I thought I was going to have another suite this year, and this is the first year we have a new hotel, and I didn't know I was going to have a suite. So, you know.
Yeah, and again, it turned out positive. We everybody had a good time. You know, it was fun. You know, I mean, and so what are you looking forward to, Adrian, in 2019? Positive.
Yes.
2019.
Not dying. Maybe
besides
weight, finding a really a cute girl to snuggle with.
Now, organic or robotic?
yeah, that's a fair question.
I mean, no. I'm going robotic myself. I'm going for robotic. So
I don't think robotics will be ready to my standards of
Yeah, well,
like, what is that? Oh,
AP, you're getting a sex bot?
not exactly a bot, no, but well, I'm looking at something that's similar, but not exactly. I mean, because I don't think the bots are there yet.
Yeah, the bots aren't there yet. Once they get to the level of what is that lady's name in Westworld?
AP, are you saying you're gonna get a fleshlight hooked up to a Raspberry Pi or something like that?
Well, apply 0. Yeah.
All right. Once they get bots to the level of either Fandy Newton or Evan Rachel Wood, then I'm going to go bot. But until then, I don't think bots are.
I've been looking seriously at the Gatebox. Okay. The thing is, the only thing Gatebox has right now is little anime girl in there. And if they replace little anime girl with little goth girl, then I'm sold.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
I'm sure you could pay someone to do that.
I'm sure too, but
I was about to say that saying you just said. It said go bot. We're not.
No,
I'm not gonna.
Gatebox. Damn.
No, what Adrian just said. He said, "I'm not going this way. I'm going bot." That could be the saying for 2019.
Well, no, I go bot. I don't think 2019 is gonna be ready though. Like when I said when they get to the level where the bots look like Evelyn Rachel Wood or Fandy Newton, like from
you can do that. You can do that now. It just costs more money.
No, you can't.
No, it's not to that level yet. It's super rich. It's just not there.
Within reason, you can send a photograph to Real Doll, and they'll make it as close to the photograph as they can.
They won't look like those two.
You want to email it and ask?
Oh man,
Adrian knows from personal experience.
Okay. Thank you, AP and Adrian. Now, for the first time in my life, the concept of a 3-way of 2 real dolls has now entered my mind. I'm questioning the logistics now. Like, how does that work?
That's going to take a lot of AI. You're going to have to use Watson for that one.
Wait, the 3-way, does it involve me, Evelyn Rachel Wood, and Fandy Newton, or does it involve me, Evelyn Rachel Wood, and AP?
Oh God!
Whatever floats your boat.
I'd rather have the me, Evelyn Rachel Wood, and Fandy Newton thing personally.
Well, AP, I figured you would.
AP gonna come out with a signature brand called the Ass Patter.
Somewhere right now, somebody at IKEA is crying.
Fandy's older than I am. I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Well, like I said, you guys, it's going to be a lot of, like I said, a lot of machine learning, a lot of WebAssembly, a lot of Go.
Just farm it out to Watson and AWS. I mean, you know.
I think the really funny part here is that Charles, who's normally the very quiet, innocent one, is like getting into it. That's like the really funny part of this whole thing.
Because I just find it interesting. I just find
you guys have expounded his horizons.
I just found I just found it interesting because like the one time we was talking about fetish, Fet Life or whatever it was.
Oh, Fet Life. That's the fun place these days.
And it was just like but no, what really did it for me when I was sitting at work one day, And this one dude was like, "Hey man, hey Charles, have you ever heard of her site called FetLife?" And I was like,
Nope.
And my eyes just.
No, I haven't. No.
You know what's awesome about FetLife? What is totally awesome? FetLife is one of the few places left where it's okay to be male.
Wow.
Nobody will trash you for being a heterosexual male on FetLife.
I think the only person here who doesn't understand like that is a UAP. If you remember that conversation, a few months ago, me and Jack were sitting down talking to Charles and explaining the birds and the bees and how the bird likes to grab the whip and the bee likes to take a dick up the ass kind of thing. We were going some pretty good detail about that because me and Jack have a pretty I will say expanded history on that kind of thing. And a few days later, Charles actually got to experience that. Someone mentioned that in real life, and I was like, "Oh, Charles won't know what that is. He's too vanilla or he's too innocent." And we kind of opened his eyes a bit there. So
yeah, y'all did. I was like, "Oh my goodness." I said, "Wow." And then when we looked through all of this stuff. When we was looking at the sites and I saw some screen names that I'm friends with on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh wow!" I said, "Interesting," but I love it. And somebody's pleading the fifth. Yeah.
That's
Energizer Bunny Dildo 69.
That's a certain person pleading the fifth.
Yeah, we know that person. I'm just not gonna say him.
Find the right woman with very nice toes.
But it was a great conversation. It was very enlightening, and I learned a lot.
Well, I'll tell you what. Take a weekend off, and I'll bring you to New York, and I'll finish your training for you.
Have you ever seen Carol's little sister?
I'll take you to a few places, and
Carol's little sister looks like she has probably very nice toes.
Gatebox it still does not have an English option yet. Damn it. That sucks.
Oh, is anything in the YouTube chat we've missed? I haven't been back.
No.
No.
No, we just got this weird tea maker guy in there who
fuck that guy, yeah.
He may be a tea bagger. I mean tea maker. They're close, so
what, a titty tickler?
Yeah.
I can't say too much. He lives close to me. He has reach on me in a boxing match, so only slightly, but it's enough.
That's right. Are you sure? I think he doesn't have reach on you in a boxing match.
Yeah, he's like an inch taller than I am. I'm pretty sure he's
no.
He's tall. He's taller than I thought he'd be.
Yeah, taller than I thought he'd be. I'm only like 6'2", 6'3". Jack's 6'4". I'm pretty sure he's got reach on me.
I didn't think he was over 6 foot. But good thing he's muted, so we can't hear anything.
Yeah, I'm 5'9", so
yeah.
Let's make the show notes, and we'll eventually go to the off-cast so everybody can say whatever raunchy shit they want to.
Yay.
No shit.
London Stock Company giving out free socks to the homeless. Well, that's damn it.
For every retweet, they put a tweet out there, and so if you retweet that, for every retweet, they will give away a free pair of socks.
Okay, send me the tweet. I'll retweet it. Send me
it's on the show notes.
It's the link in the show notes.
Okay, I'm gonna go on the show note right now. I'm retweeting. So people need socks.
That was my effort to be more like you.
Look at that. See?
Hey, every step forward is not one step back.
Exactly.
All right. What's next after the socks? Which, by the way, as you get older, as someone else pointed out on I think my Facebook, as you get older, the socks as a present on Christmas becomes nicer and nicer.
Yeah, they do.
I did see that. Yeah,
I agree.
But you know why? As you get older, you can buy yourself all the cool stuff you want, so you don't have to wait until Christmas.
Because you lose more circulation in your feet as you get older, and they get cold.
Yeah,
I don't wear socks. I can't wear socks.
I retweeted it. Thank you. Good.
I literally can't put them on, so I haven't worn socks in like 3 years.
Hey, I did see an infomercial or something for
The sock
somebody.
moves
Yeah, where you put the sock over this doogie, you put your foot down through
doesn't
it.
work. It doesn't work for shit.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
And you know what? Just think of the same thing, but like with a condom, and you'll understand why it doesn't work.
Yeah, I can see that.
What happens is you get your toes into it, and when you push down, the thing collapses over. So you get like a piece of collapsed wood and a half of a sock halfway up your foot, and you can't reach it.
Cool.
To get it off.
Next up, Sandbox Escaper. Oh, other stuff. Sandbox Escaper drops another win 0 day.
Yeah. So I'll go through these real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, Sandbox Escapers on YouTube. It's like something Polar Bear is their actual Twitter name. But I put the link to the Hacker News and then also straight to Sandbox Escapers blog spot where they posted the 0 day. And this was last week, so Microsoft may have patched it by now. I don't know if they put an emergency patch out for it or not, but I'm sure they will be patching it soon. And then next up, we have 2 members of APT-10, which is a Chinese hacking group, are being indicted by the U.S. for breaching tech firms, U.S. Navy, etc., and threw the story out there for that. And then Russia may already have nukes in Crimea. Interpol's, whoever it was, intercepted a cable that once they decoded it or whatever the cables, if they're set encrypted, there's information leading them to believe that, yeah, there could be nukes in Crimea. I think it's the Crimea Peninsula already. So, yeah. There's the other fun readings.
Fun.
Fun. For everyone. Oh.
Speaking of fun.
Yes.
I have completed phase 1 of my mobility chair modification. My mobility chair now has a pirate box on it.
Okay.
Does it have a minigun though?
Say again? Not yet. No, the minigun I'm holding off until I get. The minigun's going to take a little bit, but I built a pirate box out of a Raspberry Pi 3 and an old Alpha hotspot.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Wi-Fi adapter. The pirate box is an open Wi-Fi access point that basically lets you trade software and have like an IRC style chat wherever you are. There's no passwords. There's no anything. It's just you upload a file, you download a file, you can chat, whatever. But it's attached to the back of my mobility chair. So like wherever I go, people can like attach to that and like swap files and chat and stuff.
Nice. Do you have any write-ups on it yet?
No, it's really, I got to finish up a few things.
Yeah.
Because the particular alpha I use is not a normally supported chipset. So I had to go through a shit ton of hell to get it to work.
Yeah.
And I've ordered a different alpha that doesn't require the recompiling and all that. And I'm going to rebuild it with that, and it'll be a lot easier to do. Most novice people would probably give up on it 10 minutes into the project. And I need to try out 2 or 3 different batteries first until I find the right battery for it.
Cool.
And well, it's attached to a piece of pegboard that fits inside of a backpack.
Yeah.
So it doesn't stick out. You don't see antennas or anything. But literally, I could fill the thing up with, like, say, every episode of Firefly, and then take my mobility scooter down to the bar and park it there. And anybody who's in the bar can whip out their device and attach to it and download it, whatever they wanted.
Nice. If and once you get a write-up made, post a link here on the notes, and
yeah, totally. I'll totally talk. I'm also doing the same thing, but I'm building a Raspberry Pi 3 Plus version of Kali, and it's going to be a full wireless penetration testing system that will fit on the same pegboard in the same backpack.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a wireless remote control for it from my cell phone, which will be mounted on the left arm of the mobility chair.
Nice.
So it'll be a rolling wireless pen test platform.
Cool. Hey, mobility is a great thing.
Isn't it though? And it's independently powered, so it won't drain the batteries on the chair. And I actually got some good research done into that today about dual battery systems from this company in Australia, which had a really nice, like, hour-long YouTube video all about dual battery systems, inverters, DC chargers, and regular versus deep discharge batteries. Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
The upshoot is you can put a secondary battery system in your car so that if your primary battery fails, instead of having to get a jump start, you just toggle a switch on the dashboard and it kicks in a secondary battery system, and you start your car. And when your car is back to normal again, you flip the switch back over, and it charges the auxiliary battery system at the same time as it charges your regular one.
Yeah, for my old sound systems, I used to do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it came from sound systems.
Yeah.
But for people like me who can't readily get out of the car and slap jumper cables on anything, you know, it's an interesting alternative.
Yeah. Now, too, like the backpack unit, are you going to have it so you have alligator clips that come down so you can plug onto the battery if you want to or need to? And then well, I was going to say on a secondary note then too, whenever you charge your primary battery, it can also then feed up and charge your secondary.
That's what I'm thinking of. The thing is there's a difference between 24-volt batteries that run the power chairs and 5-volt USB.
Yeah, but you could also potentially get an inverter in between.
The inverter would kill the batteries. An inverter hooked directly to a 24-volt system for a wheelchair would kill them within an hour. The thing is that you don't want to dick with the battery system that drives the chair.
Yeah.
You're far better off putting a secondary battery system in for anything auxiliary to that.
Okay.
Because these batteries are really fine-tuned. They're not 12. Some of them are 12 volts, some are 24 volt. And the last thing you want to do is be caught in the middle of nowhere with your chair dead, with no juice in it.
Well, that's true.
The thing is, the chair I've got right now doesn't even give you a warning. You're tooling around, right? And if you're not watching the meter, it shuts itself off and says, you know, battery load shutdown. And that happened at 25%.
Huh.
And I was able to limp it around a little bit, you know, to get it over to the charger.
Yeah.
So the other thing is, too, when you add other things to the primary drive battery, it messes with the charging cycles.
Okay.
When you have these batteries are usually deep discharge batteries.
Yeah.
You have to charge them a certain way.
Yeah,
and
like marine batteries.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it can be done, but I think it falls under just because it can be done doesn't mean it should. Because, you know, I would rather have the battery fail on my gadgets and still be able to get my scooter home than vice versa.
Yeah.
All right.
I got you.
On show notes, let's go ahead and finish this up. I'm going to get to sleep here before long because I'm crunching out and I don't have any alcohol. So, you know.
Well, we're done with show notes.
You done show notes?
We're done.
Well, yay. Happy 100th episode. Sorry it was only 2 hours long, everybody, but I think that's just enough for most people.
Yeah, it wasn't our usual 4.5 hours long. And, you know.
Oh, shit, man. Some of the early ones went on forever because I'd pass out and then it'd just keep going.
Well, you know, we cut in with the, hey, you know, let's stop talking about that and go back to the show notes a little early this time.
It was only like an hour and a half in.
All right, everybody. See y'all for 101 next week, and we'll go back to our normal Wednesdays. I changed it to Thursday today because I thought that maybe.
Thank you to all of our listeners out there. Love you all. Thank you for listening to our 100th stream, and hope to see you all for the next 100.
And the most important thing is
spay and neuter your pets.
There is no love, just someone else's computer.
I can't even make out what that said.
Really?
No.
It should be transmitting straight through. God damn it. Well, we'll get that fixed for next year.
All right.
It's a barbershop quartet, and they sing "There Is No Cloud," just somebody else's computer.
All right.
Ah.
See y'all next week.
Later.
Later.